topics?
What are we talking about?
Let me eat.
That's what I was waiting for. What is it? What you got? What you got for me?
All right, let me be perfectly clear. I have absolutely no topics at all. But I had some things in mind. I wanted to get Deani to fight about J. Cole somehow. I did. And
That's
Rob,
pretty fucking easy.
and when I thought about that, I said, let me call Rob. That's how Rob got me. I called Rob this morning.
This whole hairbrain scene, you sure did.
Grafh, I got mad jokes that I've stored for years. For real, that I wanted to talk to Grafh about. He knew it. That's why he wore his fancy sneakers. Erikson, get the sneakers he got on. This is big for Surf because this is Surf's like third day home.
Hey.
So, have you done an interview?
No.
And this is not really an interview either. No. This don't count because he's always here. Cam, I just like to have around because we like crab legs. Arian is actually here to argue with everyone. Is everyone familiar with Arian? He's here to argue. He's my plant in the room. And then Rory, I didn't.
You gonna make me argue with that?
It's called the pull-up, so I pulled up.
He pulled up. So I want to thank you guys. Well, how's everybody doing? You guys all right?
Everybody
Y'all don't have to look so corporate. That's why the chicken and shit is gonna come out.
That's what I'm
Rob is making this feel corporate. Yo, I kicked it with everybody. Like, chill, man. God damn it.
Our sweats on today, man.
Yo, Rob, when are you gonna diss a rapper?
It's coming.
Oh, and then that was the other interesting dynamic here.
Oh,
Rob.
Get around him.
Along with
Dissing somebody.
stopped what they were doing and pursued rapping. So I thought that was interesting. And then I stopped rapping and pursued something else. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Oh, you stopped rapping? That's a real
Grafh,
thing.
where have you
I was about to say,
Have you just been with ladies? This is fucking
I
rap.
say it all the time, but I'm like, this nigga didn't really stop. You probably got a rap book full of some shit upstairs you ain't spitting. You really
Yeah,
stopped
that's the same thing that you said
It's
yesterday.
because nobody
I don't
believes you.
believe
man.
that shit, nigga. How do you stop rapping?
I mean, he explained it to me yesterday a little bit, and it kind of makes
Like,
sense.
there's not a bar nowhere. There's no bar. You just not.
He's changed his meaning in the way he gets.
There's no way he has no bars.
nothing in your notes.
Like a nigga say spit 16 now, you're like, hold on.
I went through his phone. Nigga ain't
Nothing
got
in there, just
nothing. Nothing. I mean, I ain't looked at his text. Niggas ain't writing rhymes in text messages. I went through his notes.
Voice notes, or just interview questions. No
I think the
bars.
last bar that I thought
Actually,
of.
yeah.
I'm not lying.
I think the last bar that I thought of was something that was hard to a long time ago. Something to the effect of something about sitting across from an AK that sounds stupid.
I'm glad you retired.
An AK that sounds stupid.
Yeah, long story. In the scheme, it sounded really great. But outside that, no, there's no writing. I don't write that.
That's crazy.
Why not? Nigga, you don't write.
I know I don't write, but I write. I got music to fucking.
So where's your music, motherfucker?
Yeah, nigga. I don't not rap.
So what's the difference?
You say you don't rap no more.
Well, what's the difference if your music is up here, Grafh?
So you have music up here. Bars. New shit.
No, and I'm not trying to have no bars.
That's crazy.
How did this get on me? I invited y'all here.
You're on the thingamajig.
I can't believe this.
Joe Budden.
I heard you say it, man.
But it almost sounds like when you talk about it, it's like this disdain. Like you don't like.
He don't write
I
new
don't
shit.
do that
Nah,
anymore.
it's
Like you know what I mean?
Yuck.
Like that's why niggas know you.
It's like it's a yucky thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Like me as a writer,
Like
you
you
gotta
gotta-
have new shit.
Is that right though? Is
Like
it?
a mom that used
To
to
me-
strip.
Yeah. Like you don't strip no more, Joe.
That was a wild analogy.
At one point, you had a great time stripping. But you just it don't do it for you no more. Why is that?
Nigga wiped up.
Why not assume no more?
I didn't invite y'all here to interview me. Maybe my experience in the music industry has been different from the four of you guys'.
But you talking about,
So you don't want to be there anymore.
you talking about music industry shit. We talking about.
You in the industry more than
For me,
you
it's
are.
an inspiration thing. I think if something.
What is the love though that you don't?
Oh wait,
rap
time out.
anymore?
This is where you and I differ. You one of them niggas that lie and say certain people inspire them that don't.
No, I'm not saying people. I'm saying
I don't do that.
I'm saying the
Tell
thing
me
in your
what-
life. Listen, the Drake thing, for
I
example.
didn't dig into that.
That was inspiring. Right,
Because
Rory?
we got 6 records out of
No,
it.
Rory
We got
was
a
with
damn
that.
near Drake versus Joe Budden EP.
No, that was inspiring because, yeah.
So what I'm
because
saying
I was
is,
passionate about it.
so it take, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about a person inspiring you. I'm talking something to
I'm not
inspire you
passionate about
to,
rapping
to
anymore.
put it,
See, that's where
the right thing come
that's
around.
You ain't got it.
No. Why is that so hard for them to believe?
It's too
I don't understand anything
Pause.
right now.
I'm interested in how you switched. So tell me that. Tell me why you want to rap. I could say the same thing to y'all. So let's talk about it.
Wait, how is Rob one of the people that have are inspired by people? How do you think that Rob is one of those people?
Cause Rob is one of the niggas. Oh, it's the alley-oop.
No, it's not. No, listen.
Don't that shit.
No, I wanted to know. I'm just
Rob
interested
sitting
in
on Twitter lying about them niggas.
Like who?
Don't
Who
say
does
it.
it? Listen.
I'm trying to not name names. Y'all trying to. All right.
You want clicks? You don't want
No,
clicks.
I don't do my
This the business you're in
content.
right now.
No, I do content with integrity. I'm not chasing algorithms and clicks. So it's a real thing for me to. But right, you don't see Rob do that?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of niggas like Rob that do that.
I'm inspired. My whole
Now everybody here is quiet, like nobody's seen Rob on Twitter.
Absolutely,
I've
I
never
do
seen Rob on
that
Twitter.
because I talk about
Rob,
the
Elliot
motherfuckers
Wilson.
that. No, don't put me in the Elliot Wilson category.
Oh, Rory.
I'm just saying.
Your lip raised up.
But Rob, it's your job, sorta.
Not anymore. This is new Rob, man.
It is still your job, sorta, no?
Rap is like abuse, so you don't gotta big up a rapper that you don't like to.
No, see?
When it comes to media,
Slow down, slick move there, buddy.
abuse. No, it's not a slick
That's
move.
what
It's
y'all
called the
niggas be
truth.
trying to do. Listen to this. No, you don't have to big up a rapper that you don't like. But y'all don't big them down.
Yeah.
You don't see me. I don't talk because I don't give it attention. I don't talk about anybody on my timeline that I don't fuck with. Because negative or positive, you give that shit attention and it grows.
I don't think nobody bigs people down.
Tell me that you haven't interviewed a nigga that you knew was trash.
Absolutely. All the time.
Did you say that in an interview?
Nah.
Well, you probably can't say that in an interview. Now you keep your job anyway.
Nah. I mean, you know.
I said it and lost my job. Don't listen to nothing I said.
That ain't why you lost your job, though.
Yo, Arian, you know so much about everybody's life. I know. That is how I lost my job.
That's how you lost your job?
Yes.
They brought you in and said you can't talk shit about the rappers we on the
No,
show?
you can't go to
That's what it
corporate
was.
America and be a real nigga.
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
And I finally got him.
Nah.
If you get one word out of him, it's great.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can't go to corporate America.
That was
and be a
real
real
shit.
nigga.
Like that's the fucking reason.
Yo, I'm interviewing y'all,
That's
man.
interesting shit, man.
Nigga, you at the table too, nigga.
The
Yeah, you
table's
at the
turned.
table. You're the head of the motherfucking table,
Yeah.
nigga.
I knew I should have. Erikson told me to sit here.
Yeah, see?
Just for the camera.
It just seems like we supposed to be asking you shit.
That was my first time in corporate America. I mean, I feel like I've spoken about this.
So they really was trying to just like,
I didn't feel like,
Put the
listen,
muzzle on you, what you saying.
what I said to Complex is how I treat all of my relationships. I didn't feel I was valued properly, so I removed myself. That was risky, because they could have kept that show going, it could have still kept the same numbers and be popping, and then fuck Joe Budden, nigga, you whack. That was a ballsy move. Thank God they failed.
that's real.
I mean, I don't want to pray everybody's downfall, but I mean,
That's exactly what you just
if
did.
I'm, no, it's not. But
why-
it proves,
God
but it speaks to
made
my
that.
value.
Why did they have you up
It
there?
speaks to my value, and that is why I'll never rap again. That's
But
why.
what I gotta do with rap though? Your bars
Because
and that, I look at like those two Joes are two different motherfuckers.
That's when you should have dropped the album.
Grafh, let me tell you what. Let me tell you what it means. It means that Joe thinks that you're way greater an MC than your MC career will ever be the same.
True.
Period. Period. So with that one piece of information, for what? You know how much comes with that? You know how they're devaluing music? That Complex thing is a parallel to so many other things. Music is being devalued
Well, music doesn't cost anything.
drastically.
No.
If it was stopped,
It's all the way down. Music doesn't cost anything right now.
If it's-
Yo, do you realize that we actually do not buy music? You never own music. You pay Spotify, Tidal, Apple
No.
for access to
Y'all
listen to the music.
do that.
No,
I'm
I
still buying
buy
music like a dinosaur.
I'm talking about as a whole because I still buy
Oh yeah,
music
no,
as
nigga
well.
ain't buying music.
But
You talking about hard copies?
I'm just talking about even that MP3. It's like I own it, right? If I download from Apple, I own that MP3. I own that music. We don't pay for music as a whole. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about as a whole, the way the industry is going. People do not pay for music. If you're paying for streaming, you're paying for access to the music. The second you stop paying your streaming subscription fee, you lose that access. Nobody has a music collection. You remember what it used to be like to go to your man's crib or your homegirl's crib and go through their CD collections or go through their vinyl collection? Oh, you got that? I ain't got that. Yo, let me hold that. Yo, let me everybody has the same collection.
I used to want to do that shit. That's why I wanted friends.
That's what I'm saying.
For real, I wanted
That was
to.
even from iTunes.
What, Joe?
So you have to be told that your worth to feel worthy. That's something of what you said.
All right, no.
Like you weren't valued. That's why you. That's what it sounded like.
I wasn't valued.
That's a fair point.
No. That's a fact. Everything I'm saying is fact.
Are you saying you
So
wasn't
that plays a percentage in why you left. So somebody telling you the value
No, but it's
that
not.
you are.
But it's not me specifically, Surf. It's anybody who makes music.
So you
It's
stand,
not a
so
battle
you
that
stand
I'm
behind
fighting.
the statement that if you're not told your worth, you should leave.
Okay, no, all right, you missing something. All right, so let me give you some more information. So, I have done music on a major level, right? Like I've been the A artist on a major. I did the E1 Cam deal. I did the digital deal. I did the Empire deal. I went and got all the information that I needed to do, right? So when I went and I still felt like I was capable of knocking one out of here, like, you know, some of the dinosaur niggas still think the radio's important.
Yeah.
Like in that phase, when niggas was trying to catch one. As an independent, because we work our whole career to not be contractually binded anywhere, right? So after all of these years of fucking blood, sweat, and tears, feeling very capable, I went to everybody, because I'm information based, to say, all right, let's talk. What will you do? And I got the numbers from everybody. And I said, hey, how are y'all coming up with them numbers? Because it's not information that artists are privy to. There's an entire metric system that artists are not privy to. I don't like not being privy to information. I don't like that. So when I asked that, I started to get information. And when I got information, boy, was I heated. I was really angry. Wait, y'all telling me that as dope as I think I am, and with all of my fan base, I'm only worth X, and it gotta be that, because I done spoke to 9 niggas. It's like a credit report.
Right. What information are you talking about?
I'm not telling you.
What the fuck kind of shit?
Find it yourself, nigga, you rich. I'm fucking telling you some shit.
But you still talking about the business, and I'm talking about the art. Listen, because there's a certain priceless thing, like when somebody comes up to you.
Rob,
for me, for example,
I feel like I'm one of the best rappers in the world.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
That ends my personal journey.
Right.
That ends my, let me go sharpen up the steel.
It's not-
If you put a rapper in front of me, 99% of the time, I'ma say, I'll eat him.
You know,
Rory know. You know how many times we talk about MCs that Rory know I feel like it's some of the greatest MCs ever?
but that's how
But when it come time to tangle what I say, I'll chew their ass the
But
fuck
you
up.
See, you still got passion for this shit, man. This nigga out red in the face.
But I'm not even talking about that shit.
When it comes to competing and rapping.
But that's what he's
I'm
talking about.
I'm talking about the other side of it. The moon music side of it. The shit that makes somebody feel something outside of it.
Right, is that
Outside
bullshit?
of a
Is that
battle.
bullshit? Like, I always wanted to know, like, and as far as like artists are concerned, is that bullshit? Just making music for the art, not making music for the business.
No, Joe.
As soon as you make money,
That's what I was about to say.
as soon as you make money, does it cheapen? Like, and now you're like, I don't feel as passionate about making the music for art and not for music.
Here's the headband.
Yeah, it changes.
I didn't make money my entire career.
Right.
I didn't make money my entire career. I didn't make it. I got a record deal. I got an advance. Wait, it was a production company. So that was it. Grafh can speak to this. That was when all the street niggas was just signing artists. Now everybody was just signed to a killer. That's when me and Grafh tangoed a little bit.
Right, that's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad times back then. Wait, so my little bit of money that I first earned as an artist, they told me to get a business account. My business accountant robbed everybody. So now my little bit of 6 figures that I just earned, I lost.
That's crazy.
And you couldn't get it back.
Yeah.
Because it's niggas that lost way more than you get out of here, nigga.
Yeah,
You
100%. I seen it all
that
day.
bitch that went to the island somewhere.
Yeah, you had it.
Finito out here. So there's no money there. Kevin Lyles leave Def Jam. L.A. Reid comes in. Everybody's on backlog. Let's get a whole new. There's still no money there.
Right.
I'm telling y'all, my whole career is passion.
But shit, my shit is like that.
Right.
Like,
So
I never
what are
really
y'all
could've
talking
been like,
about?
So this is why with the music, the way I make it real.
You can't have a passion conversation.
I can't.
You just lost the business side of it. That's where the lust lost.
So you're
like you didn't lose.
He can't be.
What-
Why a fucking
You're
rapper?
burnt out. Like burnt out, you come back.
I think the business wise, he just fucked.
That's what I'm saying, he don't like
That
the business
nigga's
side.
an MC. You're never gonna be done.
I don't think it's no different
It
than
happens
you-
with-
you just don't want to deal with them no more.
Are y'all talking about like the fiber of who we
Will
are?
you ever be back in front
That's
of
what I'm
like,
asking. That part.
Yeah,
You
nigga.
never stop.
All right then.
So why don't we just
Joke that
we
one.
just did
That's
this
a
for
whole
20 minutes?
For
That's
nothing.
because you're a fucking bad man.
No way.
So what's the
That's what I'm
percentage?
talking
What's the
about.
percentage?
I think Surf. Wait, what's
What's
what?
the percentage of you being behind the
I
microphone?
want to talk
again?
about y'all.
That's
Surf.
the last
I don't-
question. What's the percentage of you being behind the microphone again?
I'm not doing a verse on your
He's
next
gonna be
project.
I don't
behind.
care. Please. I need that. What's the percentage of you doing a verse? Like just you being behind the
A
microphone.
verse for someone?
No, period. Of you being behind the microphone within the next 36 months.
Oh, that's not 36 months, baby.
3 years.
That's 3 years.
I thank you for that.
Yo, it's 3 years.
Damn. Yeah.
I'm no
They
fool,
told me
man.
that they opened a little jail education.
A little couple classes. Shoot the time
The
bomb.
next 3 years,
There's no Joe Budden verse come out in the next.
I
3
would
years.
never say that. My higher power is too good.
Right. That's what I knew to be true. So
I know
we just got
so where's God? My higher power.
Once God comes
We're
in,
talking about
you
rapping.
He
God
got
told
Wait,
me-
what?
God told me
I can't
not-
say my higher power.
You just,
told me
you
not to
like,
answer
when
that.
every dude gets caught cheating, he bring God into it, like, yo, you just gotta talk to the Lord and get through
God
this.
told me
Yeah, it's
I
the same
can't.
shit.
I just mean that I've had it for years.
I just don't know why you brought cheating up,
Years.
man. Don't bring
So my
that.
2017
Every time
really
they
was
bring
my
God into it.
2021 plan.
That's real.
So when he starts talking about the next 3 years, I could have a plan, but ultimately it's not up to me.
Whatever.
What am I, a theist?
You're a theist.
Shit, let me
Do y'all know what a theist means?
Thesis.
I mean, they did
It's like an
talk about
atheist,
Joe.
but
Nah, it's
the obvious opposite of atheist.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so everybody.
Context clues.
Like, yeah, I'm like
Context
atheist.
clues, baby.
All right, so listen, everybody, give me their thoughts on Kanye. Kanye loving the little girl that I had to Google.
I didn't even Google her, so you did one better than me.
What he did?
And I've been up on her, not up on her, but I've known about
That's
her
your
for a
people.
while.
Candace Owens?
No, nah.
Free
Yeah,
thinkers.
it's just because it's like I was telling you yesterday. I like to diversify my who I follow, just so I get a good foundation for so I'm not complicit in my bias, right? So I have to have.
Yo, this
man.
nigga uses so many college words.
I went to college, nigga.
God damn it, man. Diversify complete. All right, I'm following you.
Basically, it's
You gotta
so-
be mad
listen,
sober to
listen.
Like, I'm like, damn, I can't even drink no more wine.
Okay, hold on. You're right. All right. So
I got my dictionary app
if you follow only niggas that you agree with, that means you're never gonna grow. That motherfucker. I don't care who. Like, if you have somebody that you disagree with, I guarantee he'll say one thing in his lifetime that you agree with, or that you were wrong about, right? So what I try to do is divert. You know what diversify means?
Yes.
I try to diversify.
When you say it
Yeah. So I'm not drowning in my own bias, right? So because people do that. So anyway, Candace, that girl, I've seen her for a long time. So to bring back around, Kanye is one of those cats that I think is a victim of his own success. And that girl there's a narrative being pushed in this country right now, period, and it's really on the right wing, where black people are not victims. And that's a dangerous,
You guys know one.
it's a dangerous narrative.
Word, this nigga
That's
said right.
that sounds like
God's giving me.
It's true.
Yeah.
he's a mutt. Can we just straight up say it? Like, stop dancing around the circumstance.
No,
He's
he's
a mutt
not.
for tweeting that shit.
Because he's not.
How you rap, my mother was arrested for the sit-ins. With that in my blood, I was born to be different.
Born
and
to
then,
be different.
then tweet that bullshit. Like,
if you've been paying attention to Kanye throughout his career, this is
Well,
Kanye West, ladies and gentlemen, Kanye West.
Can
Well,
I
that's
ask y'all
why-
a question. What the fuck did he
That
tweet
says a lot
about
about
what? I don't know what the fuck
Right.
Kanye
That's how much
tweeted
I
about
care
anything.
about Kanye.
Shorty that's like the Trump
That nigga's
supporter. She's
genius.
black, but she's like a Trump supporter.
Are you kidding? Are you serious?
what-
He
what-
likes her way of thinking.
Are you serious?
Nigga's genius.
He likes her way of
He's
thinking.
stuck.
Well, he
Oh, okay, I get it.
he
I hear you. I hear
He's
you.
caught in a spider web.
I'm not saying like.
I wanted to use this moment to reflect on like the culture. I wanted to use Kanye to try to really get people to say that they don't give a fuck about some of the things they pretend to give a fuck about.
that,
what you
that,
mean?
That's a fact.
that's Twitter in a
Why
nutshell.
won't people admit it?
That's social media in
Like,
a
what do you
nutshell.
mean though? What do you mean?
Because what he's saying is, listen,
What do you mean exactly?
Tell him, Rob.
everybody is pissed at Kanye right now for tweeting that, right?
I'm not.
Most, right? There's an uproar, there's an outrage,
Yeah, let me get it.
there's a group thing. When them new Yeezys come out, when that new album come out, when them tickets for tour go on sale, you know what I'm saying? Like, we care for the moment, we care for the day, we're outraged for the day. And
Yo, you know what it is?
I would agree with that.
It's strategic marketing.
Right.
Let's call a spade a spade. And this is what got me in trouble on my Imprint. It's strategic marketing. Some of your favorite rappers want to get that right way too. Them Roseanne numbers ain't a fluke.
Yeah. That's real shit though.
But hip hop don't want to address it because we like Kanye. Right?
I don't.
Because everybody here is buying the Kanye album, right?
Nope.
Streaming it.
Everybody here
We're paying
everybody here
title
streaming
access to
Kanye
listen to
album,
it.
right?
I am.
I'm gonna listen to it.
You are.
I'm gonna listen to it. I can't be
What you got against? What do you got
You
against?
can't not hear it.
Obviously.
But I'm not interested.
I'm gonna actively, when it comes out the first day, I'm going to go to listen to it.
No, I'm gonna listen to
You know
it.
how many times you're gonna be laying down, a link's gonna come, you're gonna hear it. I have to hear it. I'm in the industry.
No, fuck
I
that.
hear it. I'm not
Yo, you
interested.
sound like the hoes that fuck only industry niggas. The only niggas I need. Who else I'm gonna fuck? Man.
He got you for the stripper analogy. That was a change that for the stripper analogy.
You don't have to hear it.
Listen, this whole J. Cole shit that went on since 12 o'clock, I didn't want to hear it. Regardless whether you want to hear it or not, I didn't want to hear it. It's some things that you have
Wait,
to
before
hear.
you say
I
that.
was just in a barbershop, two people were about to kill each other over J. Cole.
But why are you proactively
I had to
not
hear
wanting
it.
to hear niggas that
Why you
like
gonna
sometimes have a good message?
I don't know about barbershop.
Yo, why are you proactively like trying not to hear somebody who sometimes has a good message?
I like Cole.
Oh.
Kanye West. So
That what you said? You said J. Cole and Kanye West?
Hey, what's the name of Cole's Hive?
Because
The Dream
he dropped glass.
He's the Dream
And I'm just saying that. I like Cole.
That leader's right there.
Talk that shit, dude.
But why though?
I'm glad I'm this far away.
No, come on.
I want to hear it.
Terrified of Gianni when J. Cole was brought up.
No, speak up, sir.
Nah, I'm just not.
Zoom in and look right
Cole, fine. I'm all for Cole's message. But what I'm saying is, Cole is like somebody that doesn't care about Cole. Like it was 5 or 6 people that was in the barbershop that was just like, it's forced on you. Some
Yo,
people
Newark niggas get
cannot
all
hide.
the Jews from the
You
barbershop.
never
You
said
can't hide.
why.
That's what I'm saying. You can't hide from Kanye. If I don't want to hear it, banter, talk, negative, positive, you have to hear it. The same shit with Cole. It's niggas that don't want to hear Cole shit.
Man, niggas ain't talking about Kanye in no barbershop on this coast.
Yeah, but no, Cole had came up.
Yeah, they
What
are.
I'm saying, Kanye West. Look at this conversation.
like a church. Yo, in the barbershop, I'm telling y'all,
Like
2 niggas was about to brawl.
No, niggas do get their information from barbershops. That's really true.
If it went through the barbershop,
Oh my God.
it might be a fact.
That shit
Definitely
definitely.
a fact.
I'm never
So
sure.
everybody here is gonna
But it sounded good.
is gonna listen to the Kanye shit, and nobody really cares about any of his political views or any of that.
Yeah, I care about his.
I don't have to agree with him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I care about all my people's political views because this shit is
As long as they're
important.
black.
No, well, majority, absolutely. I care about the black consciousness in this country, and you niggas shit too.
You don't tell me.
You feel like Kanye West is on our
You don't
team?
tell me what I should
It's
do.
not okay. Like, explain what the teams are.
You don't know that he on our team.
If,
You don't even know who you talking
Yeah, I
to.
don't know.
Look at these.
say something. Say
Right.
words. 'Cause that shit-
I don't know.
This is the problem. That's the problem. Is people
No,
do
but
this.
but I'm saying, what is your is your point? I need to get to the point of what you're saying about
Why are we dismissing people without hearing everything involved?
This
with
is all we're going to hear from Kanye West. So what else do you want to hear?
I disagree.
You disagree about
tell us
what?
what
I disagree. That's all we're gonna hear from him. I have no idea. But why am I gonna sit here and chastise a nigga for putting a thought out? Nigga, that shit is crazy. That's the reason why we're in the climate today. That shit right there.
It goes.
Right.
Y'all niggas wanna bang on niggas for no reason.
I'm not banging on niggas.
So
Kanye
Kanye was Kanye don't deserve no banging on you. Kanye don't deserve no banging.
No, it's called dialogue.
You're
So if a nigga has an opinion about something, let's say, why do you have this opinion instead of saying, man, that nigga ain't on my team? Nigga, what the fuck? What is that? That's exactly what
I think we've tried to listen to Kanye for a long. I think we've tried to back Kanye for a long time.
But it's the same shit we did.
Okay, what
3 weeks ago? Like Killer Mike, because we didn't the NRA shit. Like I didn't agree with what he said and how the whole NRA thing was positioned. But I'm not canceling Killer Mike. Killer Mike is one of the dopest fucking MCs. I know what Pledge Allegiance to meant to me when he said it. You know, Killer Mike talks about banking black. You know what I'm saying? Like owning your own property, like self-sustenance. Like there's a lot of dope messages. The one thing I don't agree with, I can say, yo, I don't agree with that without canceling Killer Mike.
You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Same thing with Kanye. Kanye says a lot of shit I don't agree with.
But you just picked something out of what Mike was saying that was wrong. Kanye.
And let me respond to what
a lot of his shit.
Hey, but wait.
Kanye shit is.
Also, Kanye's done it way more. Like that Killer Mike is isolated.
He might take one.
That was
Mike might say one thing.
Like what? No, like y'all niggas keep saying Kanye.
Let me respond to what you're saying. What we're
say something.
I'm trying to.
I was talking to you.
I'm trying to understand.
Wait, I'm gonna forget my memories back. Hold up.
I'm trying to understand.
But what we're disagreeable about determines how we feel about people. So why I don't understand why y'all keep saying that. So for Kanye to say I like the way this woman thinks, who thinks that there's been no oppression for black people and that black people need to shut the fuck up and just chill out and stop begging and stop asking for handouts. It's that one disagreement that has me a bit alarmed and a bit hesitant, like, whoa, let's check him. Mind you, in my head, I've been stumbling all month when I read a tweet that said it was one of those extra woke black sisters, right? And she said, I didn't mean to tap you.
Oh, I was like, why?
And this sister said that, you know, she started naming the wealthy brothers who, when they perish, all their money goes to the white people. So I never wanted to bring it up on the podcast just because I don't want to bring it up on the podcast. But it's like when I read it, it kind of fucked me up a little bit. So then to follow that up with this type of tweet, why niggas like you don't understand why niggas like me feel like we feel about niggas like that? Why you think we should be all hokey-dory and holding hands and championing a nigga that feels like that? A nigga who totally is a total 180 of himself from 10 years ago.
Okay.
A nigga who championed our people only as seemingly, because I don't know, seemingly, because I don't know, as an escalator for no one but himself. Okay, he don't even talk to niggas until it's time to sell something.
Run it back.
He's an elitist. Let's call it what it is. Okay. He's an elitist. He's a capitalist. Okay. And his views are a little off. Okay. But because he make dope beats and rap good, we fuck with him.
Well, hold on. Are you not a capitalist? Are you not a capitalist?
I'm not a capitalist.
What are you?
I'm a Virgo.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not a capitalist.
See, I try to have a conversation with you, you start throwing weird shit.
Right, because I know how you are. So
I don't rap no more.
I know how. What him and I did all day yesterday, because he loves information like I do. So, and we both have the dictionary.com app on the front of our phones. We just interpret definitions differently, him and I. So you're asking me about capitalists, right?
Right.
How you spell that?
Cut the game, nigga.
CAPIT. There it is. This says a person who has capital. Especially.
I think I'm a capitalist.
Keep going down, ain't it?
Are you talking about
I'm out.
It's the current market in America today, right? It's the supply and demand. It's the you get what you work for.
Everybody's not capital. Like J. Cole drops when he wants. He doesn't go off the texture of the world. It's
and
why?
He's ready. What about ages made you call me a capitalist?
Nigga, I said, are you? I was asking if you are. And you said
but
no.
But
Virgo.
now let me tell you,
Fuck
like I tell
that,
Sin. Then I answered you. I said no, and that answer wasn't acceptable for you.
What the fuck did?
I said no, I'm not.
You always talk about false parallels, nigga. Explain the correlation between Virgo and capitalism, man.
Oh, there is none. I was kidding.
He's trolling the fuck out of you.
Arian.
Nah, see, that's what you do.
might be on Kanye's side.
Nah, nigga. What does that mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right wings up, ready to.
We might be at with the New Year's of the West.
Nah, nigga, because when niggas say, oh, whose side is who, and you can't even intellectually defend what.
Sense though. It's like this. It's like
nigga.
I did.
If a guy's a rapist and whatever his feelings are, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Yo, he got mad sense. He making hell of a, and I'm standing up for him at a table full of, and then we have a right to sit back as everybody like, wait, why does he agree with this? You know what I mean? Like Kanye West has a.
I think this is just how I process information.
Is that wrong for us looking at him how we think about because of what?
You acting like I'm banging for his thought. I'm just
it sounds like you're. It sounds like you agree.
No.
The way you're arguing it does sound like you.
I felt like you caught a little attitude with me.
Yeah, it sounds like.
I can say, are you defending what he? Are you?
No,
that's what it sounds like.
No, what I'm doing is I'm saying, point out the flaw in his thought before you just off it. Point out the flaw in that shit.
I think they're saying if he agrees with her thought process.
He's standing up and clapping for like, you know what I'm saying? Like
he's standing.
So I feel this is a deeper layer conversation than just that tweet leads on. Like this is what I'm saying. Like it is much deeper than because that narrative where she says black people feel like victims in this country. There, to a degree, there is a certain truth to that, but there is systemic issues that have been long-standing in this country for years. So this is why when you have these kind of conversations in public and you say black people need to stop acting like victims, that's a conversation you need to have in home. You can't have that conversation in public because you have white people saying, yeah, nothing's wrong. You feel me? But when you talk it out in the public, you can't take that side.
Okay, so he agreed with that, right? And there's nothing wrong. Like
I swear, I was just trying to talk about Cole album, my nigga.
You brought up Kanye, nigga.
I didn't think I was gonna like.
But so you can't say that and be the same nigga on Twitter complaining about not getting backing from all these designers.
My problem is not with him. My problem is with y'all.
But it goes back to what is when it benefits him. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm biased against Sway is my man. That's my OG. Right. That still rubbed me the wrong way. The way that went down. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Sway was gonna beat his ass.
Well, y'all don't think Kanye has been asking for acceptance from white people his whole career?
Hello.
Yeah.
Like in everything that he does? Kanye's
He's been asking for acceptance from white
He's trying to be
people for a
accepted
very
by white
long
people, whether
time.
it's fashion, music,
Jesus
tech.
Christ.
He just wants to be accepted by the white
That
people.
part has been established long ago. My problem is with the black people that continue to allow.
So
but then you have this woman.
Here's the real question: is Kanye canceled? When those new Yeezys come out?
Can't cancel.
Are we not gonna do it? When the new album comes out, are we not gonna do it? When the tour comes out, are we not gonna do it?
This is what nobody ever says, and I'm always confused. The soul to the Yeezy comes out like as soon as you take your foot out of it. It's the most comfortable.
I've never had a pair.
If you tie the shoe where it says the laces should tie, it really hurts the top of your. The top of your foot. Like,
I couldn't tell by being on Instagram.
I don't see why it's such a big crave about it now. I mean, exclusive.
You can look at me on social. I'm a big sneakerhead.
They're gonna get bored.
I don't have a pair of Yeezys at all. I just never. And it wasn't for no political reason or for some reason. It was just never went to go get a pair of Yeezys.
I mean, what his name do it have to be? It doesn't have to. He's been trying to be.
But a shoe is a shoe. Kanye puts his actual thoughts in his music. So now do we see what this thinking?
He's never put that thought into music. I haven't heard it on a song.
That black people have been.
Yeah.
That black people have been on.
I haven't heard a verse where he listening to for the past 3 years, 2 years from Kanye.
Yeah,
I'm cool. I'm good.
That's what I don't understand though. Why is niggas so emotional about this shit?
Because niggas was fans of Kanye's for a very long time, including myself. So when you talk about music, I'm a passionate fan of music. Not about what goes on behind, who writes for who, whatever it was. I was just a fan for Kanye, period. So to see him from Late Registration, right? College Dropout was dope. Late Registration is when I started to really double down on Kanye. Then later on, you talking about you need an acceptance from white people.
When did he say that?
He's always talked about it. Always talks
Like
about
what?
it, especially with designers.
I'm listening.
You wanting to be in these places, these spaces with designers that don't accept you in the first fucking place.
That's why I feel like his position is being misrepresented by a lot of people.
It's not being
He never
misrepresented.
said let me hang out with you guys. What he was talking about, which was right, but it was just his delivery.
Have you seen
Everything doesn't have
the
to be
delivery?
said.
But here's the thing,
That's
like
bullshit.
you don't.
Everything doesn't have to be
Because
said.
what he was saying was that there is a glass ceiling for black people in corporate America. That's what his message was.
Right, and the fact that then make your fucking own.
Yes,
Like
he
Sway
did.
said
He literally
before.
said that. But
Make
y'all
your
took it as,
own.
he wants to be accepted by
Too
white
long to
people.
get to the point thing, because I was listening too as a fan, like you saying, and he took way too long to say that.
There was no point.
He said that. He literally said that.
That was why the Sway thing. Well, the Sway's point was.
Make your fucking
Make your
own.
own.
Do your own
I
then.
want to snuff Kanye for that.
I wouldn't. Like,
Stop thinking that you need
but
their dollar
I seen
then.
it, and I could see disagreeing with Sway. I could see being like, nah, I want to break this glass ceiling.
It's the
in Paris
equivalent
with these high
It's the
ends.
equivalent to this.
But
It's the equivalent to this.
Turning up like the
It's
way
the
he turned up.
it's just,
at
it's
a
just,
notion of
it's just
doing it
passion.
on
That's why that nigga's like a real unbalanced emotional human being. So it's just I didn't take it as and them niggas made amends afterwards. I feel your emotion.
But I'm just biased. That's my
But his
position.
point.
When I seen it, I still.
I feel you.
Fellas,
But it's equivalent to this. It's like saying the NFL, the NBA, or whatever sports league is 80 to 70% black, right? But there's no black owners. Like that's what the equivalent of what he's saying is. It's like, yeah, we can design for these people, we can do this, but we don't own none of this shit, and we can't own none of this shit because it's a glass ceiling. And that's what his whole point was. And people interpret that as, oh, he wants to be accepted by white people. No,
Right,
he's
but he
begging
has
for
the-
you on a higher level.
But he has the funds and the ways to do it on his own.
No,
then.
he
Yes,
does.
he does.
That's what his whole point was.
Nah, he
but
really
he
had
does.
fun.
Yes,
He
he
does.
does.
That's why he was saying Mark Zuckerberg. That's why he said Mark Zuckerberg. Give me $50 million. That's why niggas was calling him crazy for that shit. He's doing that.
You not tired of him talking about Disney and them niggas?
No, I don't check for him like that. So when it comes across my timeline,
I'm tired.
I listen to what he says and then I scroll. Like it's not that serious.
Really,
to me.
what's gonna be in the music? Because he's not gonna say Candace Owens.
What did
Candace
you
Owens.
You can't deny that nigga ain't talented.
tell
You
OP?
don't feel like he feels
Yeah.
like he
Exactly.
needs
Fuck
to
out
be
here.
accepted to be who he is.
I don't get that from his narrative. No.
You don't really.
Wait, are you talking about from white people? Because everybody wants to be accepted on a
Just
certain level.
When you look at Kanye West and everything that's going on, all the spectacle behind him, you don't
Wait,
feel
time
like
out, sir.
he wants to be
Why
accepted.
do
He
you
feel
think
like he wants to
everybody
be
wants to be accepted on a certain level?
It's the truth.
Yeah.
So let tell me more.
Accepted by who? Accepted by white people or just accepted
But
period?
this is what I'm saying. You keep saying white people.
Period.
Have
No,
not
he
said one
said
thing.
no. He said white people, but I'm asking you
Right.
is to be clear.
Right.
Acceptance upon who?
It depends on your preference. That's subjective.
All right,
So I want
that's
to be
what I'm saying.
accepted by my
He
fellow
said
black
white
people.
We're
people.
saying
What he said
we
is white
agree with
people.
you that
You said accepted.
people maybe
All right.
everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be accepted by people. We feel as though Kanye wants to be accepted by white people.
I understand, and I feel like
You
that is.
disagree.
I feel like that's a false narrative.
You don't think like he wants to be accepted at all. So the
don't.
blonde
I
hair,
think-
all that's just regular late registration Kanye.
Oh shit.
So every nigga that dyes his hair blonde.
We're not talking about. We're
What
talking
are we
about
talking
Kanye
about?
West.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what are we talking about?
Nothing he does is directed at the white. Oh,
Like what, nigga? Dyeing his hair blonde? This is what I'm saying. When I ask for facts, it's empty, nigga. It's empty. It's a whole bunch of emotions. Give me something. I'm asking. What does white?
you wanted to
What does he do? What does he say that says I need acceptance from white people?
I mean, that's not a chick.
Oh, y'all niggas hungry now.
No, that's what. First of all, let me make this very
That's an
clear.
amazing spread, by the way,
But you walking
Joe.
around us right now naked. It's like, what is she?
Let me
doing
make this
to
very
make us-
clear.
to make us feel like she-
My choices on me not being a Kanye fan anymore is based on the lyrics. That's it. Based on how TLOP came out. That's it.
And what did he say in there?
I like that album.
You love that album.
I like that album.
Oh, you like that
I didn't
album.
like Jesus. I was.
I love Jesus.
What
I like
else?
Jesus.
Wait, we still talking about?
I like Jesus a lot. No, I'm just making it very clear. The choices of me and Kanye parting, as far as me mentally, is based on TLOP and what I've heard from TLOP.
What did he say?
I'm good.
What did he say?
If you hear a new
Nothing.
Come on, that's
That's
it.
exactly what I mean.
If you hear a new
Nothing.
single from this album that you like,
What?
this new upcoming
But
album.
we're really serious?
No,
Like,
I'm asking, if you hear something that musically catches your ear, would you deny it and just
no,
still fuck
of
with the
course.
album?
I'm queen of being transparent. I say it all the time. I have no problem saying, oh, this song is good. But what I know and what I'm expecting is trash.
Right.
So I'm good. I don't need to hear it.
Are you gonna listen?
This is what I'm saying. This shit is crazy.
What this shit is crazy? Me listening to it or me not listening to it?
No, what you're doing is exactly what I try to avoid. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just feel like I don't think it's a rational way to go about life.
So you're saying,
But it's not based on this political view. It's not based on any of that. It's based on.
You don't even know what I'm talking about yet. I haven't said anything.
No, but that's what you're saying. This is not based on political view. This is based on music that was previously put out that I am not a fan of.
So if you go into anything with expectations, that's gonna curve your judgment.
So I shouldn't have an expectation from a man that's been putting out. Okay. That's been putting out fire.
So you can't go into anything
consecutively.
I think that is.
And then I
think that's.
So what's the point of being a fan?
I think that's the detriment of relationships.
He's gonna get the girl, man.
No,
He's gonna get the
okay,
girl.
okay. It's like this. Think about it.
I'm not allowed to be a fan of somebody.
They're terrible. I'll tell you why. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
I thought I was one nigga that do that.
Out of wine glass.
This nigga drinks milk and smokes cigarettes.
I thought I was one nigga that do that.
So like, say I have a relationship with my shorty, right? And I go on with the expectations that she doesn't do this, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do this, rather than setting a boundary, rather than going in with expectations. Those are two totally different things.
Yo, Aaron, nobody gives a fuck. What are you talking about? I want to talk about Cole.
Nigga, you brought up Kanye. Will you stop with this shit, nigga?
Yeah, but y'all keep doing these fucking backpacker deep dives into this shit. I don't care as much as y'all.
Change the subject.
Yeah, I did. He didn't go to this.
All right. So listen. So here's the subject.
Just try to read content.
Here's the subject.
Delicious, man.
Lost in the whole good music announcement was designer.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that.
I have no
Nobody
opinion.
wondered.
No, it didn't even cross my mind.
I wondered about
It
it.
didn't even cross my mind.
I wondered about
I
it.
think he's gonna get past one.
I would assume the GLC release before I would have assumed the designer release. So good music.
I wondered about it.
You know what, Rory? I'm glad that you're here. You hipster niggas are trying to wipe under the rug that the gangsters have taken hip hop from y'all.
Hip hop has always been that. There was a little era from like 09 for like 5 years. There was the hipster shit.
I know. And now the gangsters have taken over. Has anybody else noticed this or no?
So what do you think? I'm furious at my dockers about this shit?
Yeah, please help me.
All the people that say the C words with B and B words with C.
Everybody got the 30s.
And surf.
Yeah.
Surf.
And surf.
A lot of them fronting though.
Definitely front.
A lot of that shit is Twitter banging.
That counts though.
No, it don't.
And I don't know if I can say
No,
that
it don't.
because I would say the top three would be Cole, Kendrick, and Drake.
Period.
And I don't think they're that or try to be.
Are you talking about the bulk of?
I think about the niggas behind.
I'm not saying nothing.
Drake.
I'm mad that you just tricked me
Gangster
into defending hipsters because I'm not one. And I grew up on gangster rap. Like, I don't even fuck with that shit.
Drake uses a little gangster word.
He,
Is he a gangster?
He's not saying that. He's not.
I'm talking shit right now. I'm just joking. Because y'all pretty quiet. Except for Aaron.
So back to the Cole shit. I really want to talk about
Yeah,
rap.
what you want to talk about with
We
Cole?
don't even want to talk about Cole, man. Get to shit.
I didn't know. I didn't know that Deani was like the huge Cole guy. I also wanted to talk to Deani
Every time that
about.
name pop up, she is on her ass.
No, I'm not.
yo, I'm gonna just say that album fire.
Huh?
I'm just gonna say that
No,
album fire.
no.
Please believe she got some choice words.
No,
ready.
no.
She got a whole clip ready.
Okay.
Again, like I said.
Sure. I was minding my business the other day, right? I was watching somebody's story, and then Deani's story was the next story, right?
Yeah.
So as I'm watching some wild shit, it just went to Deani.
Yeah.
And Deani said, and I quote, "All right, y'all. I didn't even know that this was happening. No, I didn't know, y'all. I promise y'all."
Oh, she was in the street. I know which one you're talking about too.
Hey, I promise y'all.
No, because we
Cole
forgot.
didn't text me.
No.
Cole didn't hit me.
I didn't mix
I didn't
the
speak
album.
to Cole. Y'all know I know him, but he didn't tell me he was. He didn't tell me he was doing this.
No, I do not know.
So
Cole.
I'm rushing
No.
out the house, but I'm just saying, well, I answer. She said, I'm rushing out the house, because y'all know I need me some Cole. And I was impressed. That was impactful in my life, right? I didn't know Deani was a dream villain.
Villain.
A dream villain. So I'm always,
not really the name, is it?
I'm always impressed with how
What do you?
because like my niece just got denied to some sorority comp that she really wanted to be in. So I take it there was a process to get accepted. So in hip hop, I'm always intrigued at who's down with what clique.
Right.
So I feel like when I learned Deani was a dream villain.
Is that the adjective that he goes with?
I mean, I thought it was dream viller,
No,
but
it's
she said
villain.
villain. You're a dream villain, right?
That's a real
You're a dream villain? You like coal line?
Yeah.
So when I learned that Deani was a dream villain, I was like, she fits the description.
What do you mean? What's the description?
Oh, no, shit.
What's the description?
Tell me about myself.
Yeah, no, what's the description? I want to know what the description
Oh, a dream
is.
villain?
Here comes the read.
Come on.
Give it a read.
That wine bottle anywhere that's open.
That's good.
There's definitely a certain type of person. I can't.
That's why I'm mad insecure eating on camera. I've never ate on camera in my life, let alone wings.
Nigga, eat that shit.
Yo, zoom in with him on the chicken wings, please. I need new gifts.
Villains are definitely a certain type of person. I can't explain
Thank you, sir.
What is
Grab
it?
one bottle.
What's that person?
Grab one.
Somebody who went to college?
I don't know what it is, but you guys
Wow.
hang out.
Yo.
No.
Wait, that's not people with J. Cole fans.
Nigga stuck the shit out there,
No,
nigga.
all I'm saying
Yo,
is.
J. Cole fans went to college.
No.
I got some college.
I got some college too. I'm a dropout. All right, so let's chill out.
But your family tried.
Right, we tried.
They tried to do the right thing.
Right.
I kicked out. So I
Right.
can't say shit.
But no, what I'm saying is he talked about a lot about Sally Mae, and everybody bitched about him talking about college so much.
Which
so
I like.
that's why
but
I'm
then
asking you
I got
guys.
sick of it. Like, come on, son. You sold multi-platinum albums. Stop saying you owe student loans, J. Cole.
Well,
worth
yeah, and I understood
$20
that.
million.
I understood.
I don't get that.
You don't get
You're
what?
a million.
I don't get
Really
no.
man,
I don't get like if the reason why I like music is just something I relate to, right? I can't relate to having student loans 100%,
Yes.
but I can relate to people that can relate to having student loans. So like, nigga, you saying shit that people are really going
What's the
through.
most
And
money?
look,
What's the most
I
money
mean,
you've ever paid in rent?
like a month?
That is when rent is paid.
All right, nigga.
Depending on your tax bracket, baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wish I could pay it by a year.
Pay the full.
I thought you meant accumulatively, like.
Only you can afford to pay accumulatively.
All right, my nigga. Anyway, I don't see how it's relevant to the conversation.
He doesn't like the answer. I don't like your line of question.
Why
You don't like my line of questioning.
Why you in my pocket, my nigga?
Wait, I never asked about your pocket.
That's exactly
Wait, your
what that
pockets are on Google, but that's not what I was asking about.
We could
No,
read
they're
your
not.
contract.
Yes, I was asking what's the most you've ever paid in rent. That has nothing to do with the pockets.
Like 6 or 7 a month.
6 or 7 months.
1,000. What the fuck?
Here's the other thing. Cole
I'm
He
surprised.
ain't doing no way.
Cole's been broke longer than he's been rich.
Wait, he was a portal that you inquired more. 1,000, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, don't offend my nigga, man.
I don't understand. Cole's been broke longer than he's been rich. It's the same thing. Like why people?
Please, no, I want everybody to hear it.
What Rob said?
I want everybody to hear it.
Rob is a Yankee fan, too.
No.
Absolutely.
Dave, y'all want
I
everybody
couldn't tell.
Really can tell.
We're doing horrible. I should have brought out the Mets.
I was gonna say Mets is cooking right now. I'm about to be a Mets fan.
Yeah, boy, I'm a traitor. I'm so phony. The Mets just won't lose.
Yeah, when did you switch?
No, I hate the Mets.
Oh,
I hate all the Ets.
yeah.
Nets, Jets.
Get them out of there.
It's a Long Island thing.
That's cute.
Cole's been broke longer than he's been rich. People get mad because he's like, yo, he's still rapping about Sally Mae. Well, it's the same shit about homie that's still rapping about being on the corner. And you've been rapping. You've been in the music industry for 15 years.
So my question is this: like,
Nah, Pusha raps about coke dope every time.
Right.
That's
So
what
why?
we want to hear from
Every
you.
time.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that.
So my thing is this: do your music have to change with your environment?
No.
Some degree.
No.
Yeah.
It naturally
No.
will.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to.
Yeah.
I think it will, but it doesn't have
It
to.
don't
I don't tell another nigga what his music has to do. That's just crazy.
But I think
Because I make music.
I'm saying,
I think it
I'm
has
saying-
to evolve.
no, because somebody just said she said she likes student loan rap J. Cole. He said you
No, I said I
do
love
too,
all
yeah.
rap people.
Okay.
It don't matter what rap. It's
know you're a
rap,
villain.
right? What I'm
Whatever
saying
he
is,
says.
J. Cole came to school.
Come on. Somebody always gotta explain this to me. What do people not like about J. Cole?
That's what I'm asking.
So are you saying he's just?
Nah, nigga, I didn't say anything. I'm asking you.
To die for.
What the
Is he
fuck,
like
nigga?
unlikable?
But what is it to?
I'm asking a question.
Like?
I don't know.
Listen,
Whoa.
What is it to not like? What is it to not like
It could
about
be
the
No,
anything.
it became popular
You
to
can not
just
like
like
how his
it.
shirt's
Wait, I
fitting.
can-
That's what it was.
That's
On Twitter, it became popular.
I have
To
it.
just
Like
like Cole.
the Twitter higher ups
People don't like
said they
Cole
didn't like him,
From the
so
t-
everyone just
From the
followed
time his
suit.
tape dropped
retweets.
until now, the majority bulk of tweets, regardless of what he sell, will say, "I'm tired of this J. Cole
Guess
shit,"
what?
or "I don't want to hear it."
Guess what?
And his numbers won't show that though.
Right,
His
no,
numbers
hell
will be
no.
better than
What shows your
Because we
timeline
out
don't
here.
determine shit.
That's what social
Listen,
media does.
listen. We out here.
It's like social media says, "All right, we're not." So that's what makes it crazy because he's gonna go platinum. But the gist of the argument is, I mean, it's going to be the consensus is going to be
It's trolling.
bad.
It's trolling
Nah,
because
yo.
the hate is not real.
Nah, yo.
The hate,
That's true.
Because the
It is
reality is
The
numbers
that
consensus is going to be it's
No,
bad.
it's real.
Somebody's going to sell 1 million records.
So
No,
the
the
people
hate is
hating
real,
that, the hate's not real.
The hate's real.
You're doing that for retweets because if I love Cole, you're not gonna get as much
I
social
said
media.
nothing
No,
about
people
a
say
retweet,
anything.
by the
Like,
way.
it was a thing I tweeted on.
I'm
He had
talking-
5,000 retweets. He said, "I suck a penis before I buy a J. Cole album."
I saw
Right.
Yeah,
Which was
I
weird.
tweeted,
Yo.
"I suck a penis before
I
I buy
figured
a J.
out the
Cole
problem
album."
with
It's
J. Cole.
retweets. It's super
Right.
hate. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
He's going to do a
control.
million. He's going to do a million.
Listen, and it's all real until somebody put a penis in that brother's face. And he's gonna run to Best Buy and buy a
Well, we
fucking J.
don't.
Cole album.
Wait,
Nah.
Yeah, nah, somebody tweeted that.
brunch went
He
left.
was saying that. He was saying that it's true.
Somebody don't need to.
He was saying
I
that
gotta
it's
get a picture. This nigga really
Like, the hate
drinking
is
milk
not
out of
real.
his fucking.
It's true. If you selling a
That shit the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life.
records,
No,
but
no,
the
no.
consensus is your project is bad, then it's not. It can't be real.
Is that the consensus?
Whoa,
If you
whoa,
look at-
whoa,
if you
whoa,
look at
whoa.
what
Is that
Joey-
what y'all telling me?
Is that the consensus?
No,
Wait,
J. Cole's
time out,
tweets.
wait, time out. Let me just give you some clarity. Since
Search
y'all been
J.
talking
Cole's
for a while.
name, yes.
I'm not searching J. Cole's name. Search.
It's gonna be
Search.
bad.
So what I'm asking you, so now you're telling me that every album that has sold 1 million records is good. You just said that.
In the eye of the I mean, depends on who you ask.
Yeah,
Are
music
you
is-
talking to a number person or are you talking to a fan?
I'm asking
Music
y'all.
is subjective, so it's all what people like. But what I'm saying,
I'm a number person.
I'm
If
trying to
you-
get.
If you
I'm
sold
trying-
1 million, you did what you had to do. Good job.
But-
Who was on it? Who wrote it? Nothing. Good
Yo,
job.
you know why? You know,
I
you know
would
why?
agree to a
You know
certain
why
extent.
there's a question mark by Cole? Because in the last 5 minutes, we have been having this discussion, and no one here has said anything bad about Cole.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
But I think,
Everybody like
I think
him
that's
at
the
the
group of people you're talking to. Again, that's the group of people. They were trashing Cole.
Wait, so everybody here feel like he make good music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
well,
think he a
shit,
top tier
But
artist.
you won't.
Not
But you
even
won't hear
rap.
Cole song playing at no.
What is the hate though? What
At
is
what?
And like it's certain
I just think
places
it's
that depends
trendy
on
on
where you
Twitter
are.
to hate him, that's
It's our group. Look at our group. None of us is going to say Cole is bad. You can go anywhere and nobody's going to be a Cole fan. Like it's probably 3%.
You know what's crazy though?
I'm gonna
It's
say
like
then it's
3%.
3% because I heard the 3%. I live in Newark.
And you're a part of the 3%.
Right.
Where'd
I
you
live
get
in
that?
Newark.
Where'd you get that random ass number from?
Right. I'm
It's
just
about
gonna
to
say
blow.
the
How did you
3%.
quantify that?
But they were playing it outside. So maybe because it's new, maybe because it's new Cole
Yeah,
and
it's super
everybody's
new.
gonna play it.
But Cole doesn't particularly rap about that environment.
It's what
And the country is way bigger than just that pocket of
What I'm
North, so
saying-
that's why he
which is what I'm
succeeds.
saying. It's a lot of people that.
Hold on, do you like
That's
that?
why mass majority
Okay.
say it's
Wait,
a
did you
dog.
like what?
He could go platinum
I
and
just
it still be
heard a lot
majority
of-
not like this shit.
Yo,
That's what I'm
mind you,
saying.
Arian has heard the J. Cole album 5 times since it's
Why you gas?
You said
I said
it.
3, Joe. I said 3.
I thought that was a lot of time.
That's not a lot of
I've
time.
heard about 3 or 4.
He can still go platinum with hate because
Wait, time out. You
He
don't have heard
sells
the entire J. Cole
I was
album
traveling. I was on a plane.
4 times?
So I'll tell you why I did. I can't
Not
speak.
long album.
I can't speak
No,
back.
Yeah.
One, it's not a long.
You heard it already?
Yeah. So like
Twice sounds about right. This nigga 4 and 5 times.
They keep adding times on it, man.
It's Sunday.
I listened to it when it first came out. And then yesterday.
Bam. And so I did the same thing, except I had a plane ride, so I was like, let me run it back.
So my
And,
question is,
and I like to digest albums. So like, honestly, on the first one, I was like, I'm not sure if I like this. And I read it back again, I was like, shit kind of growing on me. Spin it back again, I was like, yo, this shit is fucking dope. Like, that's how I like to digest music. I like to give it time.
By programming yourself to like it.
No, nigga. Why would I listen to it? Like, why would I listen to it again if I didn't want to like it?
So what gets you to
So you
listen
just
to
said the
music?
same thing.
No, I'm giving it because my input, like I said, my bias is I understand everybody has biases. So what I try to do is try to counteract my own biases because it's a rational way to go about life.
What y'all think of 1985 on the Cole album? The quote diss to Lil
It
Pump.
wasn't a diss.
I quote this.
It's so
I
funny.
think it was dope as shit. It's like the reverse version of trolling. It was a good fucking idea. And he did it dope. He like, it was like It wasn't like
Yeah, I
this.
don't think it was even trolling. I think it was just like.
I think it was a reverse of that. It was
Okay,
like the
yeah.
opposite of that shit. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't think it was like something like the older niggas putting like younger niggas on, like, all right, listen,
Yeah,
you know, you're not as dumb as you look. I'm about to
Is there
give
anything
you
you don't
some.
like about Cole? Like anything?
Anything I don't like about Cole?
Cause that hairstyle.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't like Drake.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big J. Cole commercial song fan. So any song that goes mainstream, I'm not really a big
What's
fan
a
of.
commercial J song fan? Because I don't think none of his songs.
Don't say what you don't want to be saying.
He has commercial.
Like Wet Dreams, hate it.
Yeah.
Hate Wet Dreams, hate it with a passion.
I didn't want to hear about J. Cole.
Yeah, you hate it with
The
the
Trace
I
song.
hate it.
Yeah, workout.
Didn't like Workout. I didn't like Workout, didn't like Wet Dreams, didn't like
They're trying to make a record for radio.
Who Dat when it first came out and they were trying to push that to be a single. Wasn't a fan of Who Dat.
Would you like a song called
with
Wet
Drake?
Dreams though?
Like you could tell what a single is.
No.
Like it's his single
I
compared
like
to.
it.
I think you could
It
flip
was a
any of J.
hard
Cole
song.
songs in and out and it's a single.
Yeah, he's not trying to force.
Like if
They
you
just
listen to
become
Drake,
single.
right?
They become single,
Once you
right.
hear his project and then you hear the single, you can tell it was the single. I think you could flip any J. Cole in and
I
out.
think all Drake makes the same.
That's not true.
No, this nigga Drake is
I think
brilliant
that
at doing that
Drake.
shit.
I think that Drake.
That nigga-
Any song you
that nigga
put
has
right
great
there,
I can't hear all of you.
So wait, what is it about Cole? What is it about Cole? What was the last idea?
No, what I was saying was once you hear
This is the problem with Cole. You want me to tell you the problem with Cole?
Yes, please.
That's what 20 minutes later.
That's what we've been asking.
I was eating. I said I can tell you the problem is.
Go ahead, nigga.
This is the problem with Cole. The problem with Cole is that he is his own detriment, right?
What? I'm gonna go ahead.
Meaning, Cole could probably benefit from an executive producer, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't.
That's always been my
Cole
complaint.
when Cole was on the Royce record, Bob Lowe beat. I don't know who did that beat or who constructed the record, but I'm assuming it's Royce. He tore that shit up.
Right.
He sounded re-energized. He sounded. So then some of the beats that he selects, I understand. I'm not saying I feel that way. I'm saying I understand it when someone else says he could use another producer or two. I understand it when someone else says he could use a feature just to break it up from the monotonous tone that he has. I understand it because my tone was always monotonous when I rap. Right. Like a lot of the things they say about Cole, they said about me. I think it's boring. These pick whack beats and stuff. So I feel it.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
That's fair.
Like I don't love every
But
beat
wait,
that Cole makes, but
let me get to my broader point. Because this is where the bigger problem lies with Cole. Cole fans, because of his mainstream success, they put him on this pedestal as one of the greatest rappers in that vein. And normally when you say that to somebody who knows hip hop, they're gonna bring up a whole bunch of rappers in that vein that do some things better than Cole. But Cole is the best mainstream version of all. He's like Voltron.
because there's willful ignorance. Because you know people say
That's how I feel.
People will say Drake is the best. You know what I'm saying? Or Kendrick is the best, and these guys are great.
Kendrick won Pulitzer.
But can't.
That's just
But
crazy.
when you throw in Royce, we talk about hip hop
That nigga.
as a totality, right? So you can kind of talk about the top mainstream guys who are lyrical, and they absolutely are. But how do they rate against the Royce, the 5'9", the Black Thought? You know what I'm saying? The Graph, the Joe Budden. Like there's certain people.
No, Joey's the one.
But listen, when we talk about hip hop,
No matter who you
Joe, when we talk about hip hop, we talk about it in this totality. No matter what you sell, because we're looking at it as skill, as music, especially when you're talking about rap.
Okay, so
the mainstream fans.
All right, so glad that you said that.
It depends on who is-
So top. So where do you merge and go?
In the totality of hip hop,
Yeah. Active
Right now.
Active, of course.
he could be top 10. I wouldn't put him above Royce.
I don't need to know where anyone is. Top 10 for you, that's fine. That's where
Active
I
rappers?
put it.
Yeah. I'm
You
comfortable
Active
go
with Cole.
top 10 as well.
Yeah.
You go top 10 as well. Or do you go top
If we
5?
talking active for sure.
You go top 5, top 3.
Top one.
Who will go top 3?
Automatically top five.
Are we talking just rapping? What are we talking? Because I don't know if you can just.
That's what I'm saying.
No, wait, whatever your personal sliders are, everyone's criteria is different, so we don't need to establish one. Whatever your measurables are, where is it? Is it safe to say that the consensus would say he's top 5, no matter who you ask?
Consensus would say he's top 10.
Top 10.
Top 5 depending on who you are.
Yeah, I think
top 10 or that.
All right, so tell me who the top 5 is. Just in your
Drake,
opinion.
like the Drake has to be there, Kendrick has to be there, type thing.
Hov just put out an album. I'm still calling Hov active.
Talk to Grafh about Love and Hip Hop. I swear I do. Yeah, I'm not. Cause all this has been really great and fun and serious, but I want to talk to Grafh about Love and Hip Hop, and I want to talk to Gianni about her late night with Peter Rosenberg.
Okay.
Grafh, you doing Love and Hip Hop? Come on, give me some dirt.
The next season?
Yeah, cause y'all are really a real boring bunch, man.
That shit was boring. I'm not a reality TV show nigga. I'm just finessing, Joe. You know how that shit go. You did better than me on there, man.
I wasn't finessing though.
I'm trying to do. I was gonna come on there with the messy scenario shit.
You did go on
what was
there
the
with
messy scenario?
My
What was
shit
it, yeah?
lightweight, though. That shit was nothing.
What was
What was
the
messy about him?
What was the messy scenario?
Grafh didn't do anything on
And
there.
it was rubbing baby oil on the grass.
But I wanted to do that with no shirt on and make it messy. They didn't do that. That was fucking. You rubbed my elbow. That shit wasn't a bad enough. It could have been better.
Wait, I want to know in the Mona meeting, who came up with that horrible scenario? We got the mom break in. Like,
I didn't know what was gonna happen. You know how that shit go. You walk on set, you don't know what's gonna
No,
happen.
I don't. It never went like that for me. That's why I'm curious as to find out what happened with you.
So I go on set, I don't know what's gonna happen. So
Yandy was there with the Johnson & Johnson.
I came out nowhere. I was like,
That's it.
what?
they said, the pre-production, yo, come real action.
But to tell you the truth, I was like, if I'm gonna do this scene, we should just make it a whole thing. I would have did this shit with no shirt on and got a look out of it. If I'm gonna do it, why not?
You were just waiting to
I've been doing sit-ups all week. I was like, we could really do this shit.
I was
And make
doing
it something they can talk about.
sit-ups all week.
I like 2 weeks.
Did you have it in your contract where you could put music on the show?
I did, and I'll tell you about that too. I had a record that's supposed to play on the show.
Oh man, good old Mona, man.
No.
That's it, Mona.
But I
Give us a Grafh record, Mona.
Check it out though. The producer, this is like it's a bullshit story, but motherfucker sold the beat.
Nigga prefaces the story.
The nigga sold the beat.
Story.
It's a bullshit story. I'm trying to do this over.
That's how you know. That's how you get to the other person. Got the better.
There you go.
Yo, for me, he got the underhand.
I'm telling you.
One. Oh shit.
Take a drink.
Pour some wine.
Take a drink while we talk about
Go
this.
ahead. Yo, I feel you, my G. What that nigga did? I mean, what happened?
Take your time.
Nigga, what happened, man? Nah, it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
It's a safe space. It's okay, bro.
Yeah.
You can
This
feel
is
comfortable.
This is a circle of trust.
That's amongst us.
This is a circle of
That's
trust.
amongst us. Nah, so the dickhead nigga, I don't want to say that, but the beat got sold to some dude previously, and I didn't know that. And I shot a scene with the fucking music in the goddamn episode. And the dude did not want to work it out. He was like a hater. He was like, I see you doing your thing, Grafh, I understand that, but I'm gonna need the beat. I said, I'll give you publishing and verse and show it, whatever you want. Nah, I don't want nothing but the beat. I had to pull the fucking scene.
Who did he sold the beat to?
I don't
Somebody we know?
names. Nah, some upcoming dude who just standing by. He just didn't want to do no. I said, I would buy it, whatever you pay for it. I mean, the shit is already shot. He didn't want to work it out at all. I said, you a fucking hater. I had to remake it and pull it.
Oh man, you remade the street nigga beat.
It was over. It was over. It was over.
And y'all asking me why I won't rap no more. This what y'all think is fun?
Nah, he said he was gonna sue.
He had remade the street nigga
He was
beat.
like, I'm gonna sue VH1. I'm suing everybody. I was like, I don't want to get them niggas sued for this shit. That ain't gonna fuck with me. He made it very clear. I'm gonna spend every dollar I got trying to sue VH1 if that shit airs. I'm like, oh, you was a hater. I don't even know you to like put hands on you. It's not even worth it because legally you win.
He said, I don't know you to put hands
You bought
on
the shit. You got paperwork. It's over.
Was that the first video that like you did the baby oil thing?
Was that the treatment of the video?
Listen, man, you need that
I'm asking
Johnson
serious
shit, man. Like, what you doing?
Yeah, y'all are joking around.
Y'all.
I didn't know what was gonna happen.
You want to chew on camera?
I walked in the shit. I was
Like,
like,
chew on camera?
No.
alright.
I'm chewing.
Grafh, are you the best rapper that ever did Love and Hip Hop?
Yes. Besides Joe. Me and Joe will share that.
I was just trying to set you up.
Nah,
We'll share that.
don't back down.
I think there's a bunch of dope rappers that have done that.
Saigon was nice. Cons was nice.
Who
Jim.
else?
Yeah, Jim.
Jim's new tape is fucking dope.
I heard that. I gotta hear that. I heard it.
The new tape, right? Super fire.
Nah.
Arian says, yo, Arian has a bright future in whatever.
At 3/4, Joe? Never rap the 3/4?
Whatever he's gonna do.
I've never checked for Jim Jones. It's not no disrespect. I just never checked for him.
Where you from?
It is disrespect.
I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. High school in San Diego.
No, but
Man, there was a time when
he said Jim is like a little too New York film.
There was a time when
Yeah,
Jim,
that's what I laughed at though.
That's what I
That's it.
Why y'all let Joe
there
put
was
words
a
in niggas'
second,
mouth?
there was a
It's just
second when
drinking
Jim was
milk.
running New
I was
York,
just looking for you
man.
to
Musically?
agree or disagree with what you just
I have no idea. No, I didn't say that. I've just never checked for him. Like, he never. His commercial shit never like pulled me into want to check for his album.
I don't mean that as a diss, but
I think people get mad when I say that.
Wait, what are y'all saying down here?
There was a time when Jim was running New York. He was above Cam. There was definitely a Jim Jones run that
That's a fact.
in the city that was undeniable.
I got a quick question. Would you love hip hop again?
Oh, I was thinking about it until that J. Cole song.
Yeah, right? Kill it. I heard that. I was like, wow.
Hey, how did you feel about
Why did you say
that
that?
J. Cole line, man?
It fucked up everything, man. I was like, why'd you say that? Let niggas get the bag.
Can somebody tell me what he was trying to say? I think I know what he
That
was
was
trying
a
to say.
graveyard. It was the fuck he was trying, but it's not though anymore. It was
Like
at
it's a
one
dead
point.
end.
Don't defend it
Cardi
so
broke
quick
that
though,
mold,
because then it
though,
make
right?
him look right.
Cardi broke that.
Nah. I think yeah, but Cardi's an exception.
She's special. Oh, she's special.
K Michelle did a good relaunch after
She broke the mold.
Yeah, but it's like a
Joe sold the most he did off that
It's a
shit.
good place for a person that wants to be mainstream, but it's not. So I get what he's saying. It's not the fucking platform of the
Sorry.
world, but it's like if you're not a mainstream motherfucker, but you want to be, it's a great platform. They
Can't
have
knock down.
millions of views. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the
Y'all can't knock nothing, right?
Nah, I can knock whatever.
Yeah.
It's what you make it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm going to smoke.
Joe, that didn't benefit you. You ain't
no
selling
Migos here, man.
Because listen, when you was on Love
Yo,
and Hip
check
Hop,
this out, bro.
it was NBA.
You're giving me too much
You had
rap.
French,
You're giving me
you had
too much
Wayne.
rap genius.
Nah,
First
listen,
of all,
my
you give me
bad,
too
I
much,
know the facts.
too much
You about to
genius.
call you Quavo on them niggas.
Yeah, like what the you niggas? Y'all not.
You ain't catch a boost off of Love and Hip Hop.
Nigga, stop smoking, nigga.
So it is what you make. Are you in Love and Hip Hop?
Shit,
Are
bro.
you
I'm not beefing about.
Grab that nigga cigarette, sir.
I'm not beefing. Yo,
Save that nigga life.
I'm not beefing about.
Grab that nigga shit.
No, it's not gonna work. Yeah, but these is nice still. Yeah, no, I'm
That's
not.
your hand.
I'm not.
That nigga hit you with the wild.
Was that your hands?
Flinch. Ain't even thinking about it at all.
Don't back like that.
I'm not. I love it.
What the fuck is that?
But wait.
What are you
also,
doing
let me
this
say, I also
Come on.
was real late to figuring out the stigma that was attached to it.
You didn't know that going in? You had no idea going in?
I didn't know nothing about that going in. I knew nothing about that.
That's the only part.
Well, it was one
What's
of the
the
more
stigma?
popular shows at that time.
What's the stigma? I've never watched it. I have no idea.
I mean,
what the stigma is.
the stigma is, and going back to the J. Cole line, is that when you can't do anything musically anymore, you go to Love and Hip Hop. It's the stigma, right?
Okay.
But once you get there,
But I
right,
don't think
it really is what you make.
I
It's
never thought that was true when they said it.
It's like raps dancing with the
Right.
stars.
But that's how I feel. But that's the thing about the stigma.
And I mean, I don't want to defend it because I'm clowning.
What I'm saying is, and that's the thing
I want
about
to make jokes about it.
that's the thing about the
Make it
stigma.
defend it.
It ain't always true, but
you got the
that's
boo-boo
the
face.
popular belief.
I'm confused because okay, Love and Hip Hop. I watch it at certain times, but people get into. Shut up. People, no. People, artists that get into it, I always question because it doesn't do anything for your music career.
Not at all.
Right. So what exactly are you in it for? Are you just want to be the personality? You want to be like a personality, and then people will follow you eventually through your music, or like what exactly are you looking for when you get into Love and Hip Hop? Because Joe, and I'm not saying Joe's music. You know, I don't think people went looking to hear Joe Budden's music. after watching him on Love and Hip Hop.
They
I got a
absolutely
question to
did.
piggyback.
That was mostly soul.
I don't think so.
My mother knew who Joe Budden was after Love and Hip Hop.
Yes, they know. No.
what I'm about to say.
She didn't hear his music.
I look at it like this.
She watched him on Love and Hip Hop. She knows him as the personality, as the person,
She used to
not
ask
as the
me-
music.
She used to ask me
So
about
my
Joe
thing
every
is this
week.
though.
What's going on with Joe?
In 2018, is it not fair to say that the music part of music is only 10% of what you need to do to be who you need to be?
Across the board.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Put these random numbers on shit.
Yeah,
Like, where'd you get 10%?
Absolutely.
No, time out.
Only 3% of niggas in North listen to Cole.
But this is fair.
10% of like, these niggas is like analytics niggas.
He just got out.
That's what it is.
He studied up.
This nigga said, when I was incarcerated,
Am I
I took
really
a
going to
class.
Rap Genius to figure out what Cardi was talking about on tape?
Just this you.
No, am I really going
And y'all both rap. Y'all both rap.
Am I going to Rap Genius to figure out what Cardi was saying, or do I fuck with Cardi because I watch Cardi and what Cardi got going on?
The
Damn,
last.
she from the club, she banging, it's more about just, in music now, it's more about who you are. I like you first.
Are you talking about selling music? Yeah.
Period. I like so.
It's about personality.
So Love and
100%.
Hip Hop
100%.
is never a problem with Love and Hip Hop. Why? Because I'd rather like you first now. It's not like, yo, listen to this. If females are putting Dave in a group chat saying, look at him,
Right.
prior to
Right.
listen to a
Before
Dave
the
track.
bars.
Way
Absolutely.
before the bars. It's about what you do way more than it's about music now.
Absolutely.
The
It's a
music part
popularity
is
contest.
the easy part.
It's a popularity
There's so much
contest.
shit out
Wait,
here.
so
So
how when I said something like that earlier, y'all, before y'all attacked me? When I said rapping is like obsolete and the value is leaving, y'all all attacked me. And
No,
now you
we-
sitting here saying
Well,
that
not
same
the way you
exact
said
thing.
it,
the way you said
I was asking.
I don't remember you saying
I don't either.
He said music is being devalued. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Like, I said music is being
you just steal my point.
No, I
just
said
trying to
it's being
steal my
devalued. And now you saying what I've been saying because I'm your OG.
This is the real shit. The shit that we care about, the rhymes, the bars, the technical skill of what it takes to be in rap, very few give a fuck about. And that's just the reality.
It's 2018. It doesn't
You give a fuck
I was about to
that
say,
shit. You still
I'm a
give
pure
fuck
hip
about
hop
that
head.
shit.
And I don't even
still
really care
give
about
a
that shit right now.
I mean, I don't know.
Nah, you give a
What
fuck.
day of the
No, I'm
week?
saying like that real craft, lyrical,
real
miracle
super
shit.
crafty, like,
Like,
no,
I'm
Oh,
not-
y'all
lyrical-
lyrical,
lyrical
lyrical
niggas
niggas is mad and hey, y'all niggas is rap. I don't want to hear that shit, man. It's a new wave, my nigga. I don't want to hear none of that lyrical miracle shit. Over for that.
It's been over.
I would agree.
You make me nervous.
Oh, no, I'm just talking shit with Rob.
Right. It's coming back though. Eventually the shit is gonna get so bad. It has to come back.
Well, no, that's why you have
'Cause you can
someone
only
like
get-
J. Cole singing.
Yo, the shit
'Cause
where
he
we at
has
right
to.
now,
I
you know
feel
where we
like
at right now?
you
We're
personified-
at Pootie Tang right now. Remember the movie Pootie Tang?
No, but I don't think it's because he has to.
The climate now,
You
Cole-
also,
I think they're all.
Cole
Melody
can't just go up to
is the
flex and
thing.
freestyle for 30 minutes and then sell 1 million copies. He has to make music to the climate, but
But
still his own shit.
you know
So
why
he
Cole-
sings a little bit,
you know why
he gets
Cole
those
went-
bars off and then makes real songs.
I will say one thing
Paul
though.
got some strategic.
I will say one thing.
yes.
A video.
The top MC at any time, the top guy at any time, will always be able to rap. And you can look at that every year. Whoever the top guy is,
That's what I
no
was
matter
always-
what all the trends are, the top guy, whether it's Drake, whether it's Kendrick, whether it's Cole, whether it was Jay at a point, whether it's Eminem, whether it was T.I. at a point, the top guy in rap through whatever year always knows how to rap.
I think
And that won't-
I think
that won't
Gucci
never
had a
work.
year when it was him.
Yeah.
What year?
I probably can't. But
I
I feel
don't
like
know.
Gucci wasn't like.
He the top guy of the region.
Yo, Surf gonna tell you who was the hottest nigga in the barbershop.
Gucci's never had a year.
70% of the time, bro.
2008, 2009.
Gucci was never
When he
the top
wasn't-
nigga in
The
rap.
nigga was on top.
The day he came
I can say
home.
what y'all
Top
want.
nigga in Atlanta.
Gucci was not on top at all in hip hop. Never.
When he
Nah.
But I
Like the
think
number
Not a
one
year.
slot?
Like a number one slot?
Not the number one.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
Like the
Not
number
number
one
one,
slot.
not number
Yeah.
one.
I'm talking about the top.
What year?
I was saying he was up there though. Y'all
rarely
know.
change. Like
What
rarely
year you talking about?
No, he's number one nigga.
You talking about 09, right?
South.
Oh,
Not
nine.
like in the rap.
Yeah, that's I would agree with that. Cause
Gucci
South
doesn't
Yeah.
just count in the South.
No, I'm talking about like,
When was the
They
last?
gonna kill y'all for having a conversation
Listen,
about
no.
the South. Nobody from the South here. I'm just
I said T.I. Oh.
no from
At
president.
the table.
They gonna say what's
When-
about New York.
I'm talking
When
about
was the last arena tour
You know what I'm saying?
that
that's-
Gucci did? When was the last
that's
time
what
Gucci went
I did
platinum?
too.
When was the last number one hit?
been in the
that
South for
Gucci had? I'm
17
talking about
years,
the top
I
guy
might not know.
in all the statistical categories. Gucci's never had number one hit. He's never done the arena tour. You know, he's a cult favorite. Like hip hop loves him and hip hop knows, but he's not the number one mainstream guy. Like Drake has been at a point. Like Kendrick has been at a point.
They had him doing the mannequin challenge.
What happened?
He He was on that record.
Yeah. And he still wasn't the number one guy.
He had a freeze with the car.
But he wasn't the number one
Gucci
guy.
was on the Mannequin.
The Black Beatles.
Black Beatles. Wait, Gucci was on Black Beatles.
Y'all was definitely free.
What verse?
Right
I
here.
thought that was just for that. Jesus Christ.
I hate
What club were you going to?
Rory was definitely in Duce. All right, y'all, here come the chorus. Ready? Nobody wants freeze.
That's why they had to switch to Deuce and get off that bullshit.
Rory loves a good magic challenge.
Listen,
And he had him on that bullshit. But the top guy could always rap, no matter what. Every year.
But yeah, rap's changing though,
Where
man.
do y'all see this going? Like, is there anything in the industry or the culture that is exciting to you guys? Is there anybody?
I think next month of hip hop.
Kendrick won a fucking Pulitzer Prize.
Which is
award.
retarded.
I've never seen that before for hip hop.
Hip-hop.
There's still shit that we haven't seen. Like that was dope. Like that was inspiring. It was like, oh shit, people are actually listening.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Absolutely.
You do, right?
Absolutely.
I do too. Shit, I'm Jamaican. We believe in all that shit. Witchcraft is happening right now as we speak. The nigga getting pinned off.
Go ahead, what's the point?
Right
There
now.
was no point. I asked Eric the same thing yesterday, and he didn't believe in ghosts.
I'm sitting here intently like, oh shit, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, I'm
No,
gonna
I
go.
just wanted to know what you believe.
Absolutely.
You were
I'm a Capricorn.
saying something. I don't care about that. I'm gonna smoke. I'll be right back.